Hi there, I'm Becky Miller. I'm a certified yoga therapist, and I'm coming to you today with another quick tip. Um, I say it all the time. I tend to work with women who are over 40, so they have experienced life in some way. Maybe they've been injured, maybe they have gone through a surgery and are still feeling the effects of the surgery. Maybe they've had an illness. Maybe they have a chronic condition. All of these things start to show up as you age. Life happens. You fall, you get hurt, you do something. Like me, I ran my foot into a bureau, so I broke a toe. All of this life happens, right? So as life builds up, your body, it experiences it, and it starts to sometimes show wear and tear from all the life that we've lived. So today I want to talk about for just a moment something that has come up with some of my private clients, and I've heard it with people who aren't clients as well. So I just thought I'd bring it to a tip today. What I'm talking about is grief. And it's not grief for the death of a loved one, it's grief for a body that isn't what it used to be. Think about that for a moment. When we're in our 20s and often our 30s, sometimes even to our 40s, we're feeling great most of the time. We're strong. We might be healthier than we are later in life. And so our bodies are able to do sometimes much more than when that life has kicked in. If you've caught an illness, if you have experienced a chronic condition like MS or something else, sometimes you're limited by what you can do. You can't do what you did 10, 20, even 30 years before. So grief is something that can show up for the changed body. I've worked with people even into their 90s, and there's always that in your mind. You still think that you're young. You still think that you can still run up the stairs or run that mile. It doesn't matter what the activity is. Your mind still thinks you can do it, and then your body says, no, you can't do that in some way or another, right? Maybe a surgery has, when they've cut you open, they've moved muscles, they've moved tissue, they've moved things around in order to do whatever it is they needed to do that may have been life-saving, right? But the after effects of that surgery might mean that part of your body never works quite the same as it used to. There might be tissue that has been damaged. I've worked with women who've gone through breast cancer treatment, and the radiation has changed tissue. It will never be the same again. So there is grief for the tissue that isn't there anymore in the same way. I have clients who have chronic conditions, and they might experience brief glimpses of their previous self where they can do things that they used to be able to do with ease, but the majority of the time that's not happening for them. They can't walk as fast or as easily or do their favorite activities, whatever those activities are. So grief does show up, not just for loved ones, but sometimes it's for a loss of self in a way, a loss for your own body. So if this is sounding familiar to you, know that it's normal. Know that it's part of the healing process. I think you have to acknowledge that your body is not the same as it used to be in order to be where you are right now. In order to make any changes or shifts that you want to make in your life, you have to acknowledge where you are currently. So doing that sometimes can bring up that grief. If this is you and you don't know what to do with it, then definitely reach out to someone for help, whether it's through a body-based therapist like I am, where we can get into the body and notice where it's showing up for you and how it's showing up, or maybe you want a talk therapist. Whatever it is, if you are experiencing grief and you don't know how to deal with it, reach out to someone and get help. because, you know, grief is real and it can last for a long time. For some people it might be brief, but others it might last a really long time. So make sure you take care of yourself and take care of that grief for a body that isn't what it used to be. That is all for now. That was just my reminder to you that grief is real, and it's not just for lost loved ones. Sometimes it is for self. So take care of yourself. Reach out if you need help. And I will be back soon with another quick tip. Bye for now.